What's up guys? So welcome back. Today I'm really excited to show you my push session as we are now out of this diet phase. A lot of things have changed with my training, across my whole split really, so it's exciting because now I can show you slightly different sessions. I'm sure you guys have seen like a lot of my sessions are for a long period of time with the same movements. There's definitely a reason why I've done that, and yeah, it has its place, but we've got to a point now where we're changing things a little bit and it makes the videos a little bit more exciting for you guys. I'm also gonna really go into this session in terms of how I train triceps and how you can grow your triceps as much as possible, and just talk about tricep training, because I think it's useful to talk about maybe like, well, specific muscle groups and how we train them within the session. A lot of the time when I've done these training videos, it's been about the whole session as a whole. And whilst I'm still going to show you the whole session, I think it's good to maybe to talk a little bit more in depth about a specific area, and you can take that home and think about that a bit further. I think it's good because it allows us to go into a bit more detail. So yeah, push session, start the growing phase. We're about like a week into it, but after devolume, so in a much better position now. And we're just going to get after it, focus on taking progressions, of which, you know, we'll be in this phase for a long while. So it's just those small wins, building them up over time, and just rinsing and repeating for as long as we can, all the way across the next year really. I'm already noticing like it's so much easier to warm up when I've got more food in me. When you're full, you can just feel that connection way more. It's a hard part of dieting is that you're training, you'll feel almost like you're not targeting the muscle as much, but that's just flatness. Now I've got a lot more glycogen in me, warming up on here, I just feel so much better, feel so much stronger. I just feel like I have a much better connection with those areas I'm trying to train. So yeah, it feels good. Even though it's freezing cold in here, I do actually feel a lot more warm already, and that's just like using a free bar on this. So yeah, so far so good. You'll see I'm doing high incline Swift still. It's one movement I'm keeping in. Ultimately just because I really want to hit a full plate high incline. Now, that might not happen before prep, but the more I do it, the better skilled I'm going to get at it, and the higher chance of me doing that. And that goal of hitting full plates on a high incline, that's not, like doing that doesn't mean I've suddenly built loads of muscle. But what it does do is it keeps me turning up with this movement, it keeps that excitement there, and it just keeps me determined with my sets. And you know, that's the most important thing, doing movements that do excite you, do make you train really hard, and also just through chasing big numbers and just continuously turning up, you're doing the process of building muscle. Like every week you're turning up, you're getting an extra rep, that's building muscle. So yeah, that's why I'm keeping it in. It's been in for absolutely ages now. We'll see if like, maybe I'll run into some stalls at some point, but yeah, it's feeling good, so I think we can do it. We'll see. That'll be fucking... 3, 2, 1, yes! Let's go. Good. Drive! Okay. 1. Whew. I'll take that. I'll take that because it's not, well, different spot this time. I actually got someone spotting me properly. So I got 5 there, which I'm pretty happy about because, like I said last time, I had a bit more of a spot. So I got like 4 plus 1, but it was almost like 3 plus 2. This time round, it was a true 5 pretty much. And the most I've ever done on 3 plates, I think, was 8. So obviously last push, I got all the way up to 97 kilos body weight. And that last 8 kilos, I guess like, yeah, the last 8 kilos I gained from maybe 88 to 96, 97, was super slow. Like really, really slow, to the point that it was loads of time. So if I look back, it was absolutely ages ago. So yeah, I've gone very far with strength since last time I was 84 kilos right now. So if I was to go back and look at my high incline Smith when I was 84 kilos, I'd be nowhere near close to 3 plates of 5 reps, considering the most I ever did was 3 for 8. So it's important I remember that. It's important because it allows me to recognize that things will be slow this growing phase. You know, I'm not going to suddenly get 10 reps on this. But even if I get 9 or 10 reps at the end, that will be really good because I would have progressed. Because I'm not going to 97 kilos next push, I'm going to like maybe 93. So it's just about being patient. So yeah, I was happy with that. I'm only like 3-4 reps away from my all-time strongest, considerably lighter body weight. And we know how much presses rely on body weight as well.
3, 2, 1, go. Good. Come on, let's go. Drive.
Oh. Yeah, so going on this incline pin loaded press, Nautilus, one of my favourite incline presses to be fair. It just converges a lot, it's very nice. I used to work with it like out here, but I quite like this narrow grip. It just shifts your upper arm in a little bit closer and it just keeps the tension on the pecs, whereas when you go a bit wider, you can use a lot more delt. So you might think like, isn't this more tricep? But it's not because there's so much convergence, so you're not going to get much tricep in this. And yeah, it's just like having your upper arm here, it just turns on your pec so much more. I can feel a connection right in the center of my pec as well, which is, you know, a lot of the time people struggle to develop here, and it's because they press too wide. They're not really getting that engagement through here. So if you just bring your upper arms in, it's a lot better.
Yes, come on, let's go. Come on. Come on, let's go.
A lot of these machine presses are very heavy in the short, so you'd always want to do them earlier in the session. So it wouldn't make sense to have this first and the high incline Smith after. But it's just like my other push session, I like to start with the chest movement and then go to shoulder press. And it's the main reason, to be honest, behind it. It's like I get a lot more excited about doing like a high incline Smith or a flat Smith or moving like that first than doing some machine press. And whilst I know it's not optimal, I don't really care because it excites me more. And for the most part, it's still fine. So it's like, it's finding that balance. I just did a post on my coaching account about that the other day. It's like, you can't just go into the gym all the time, just do everything that's optional, because maybe some people get excited by it, but I'm pretty confident most people might get a little bit bored and they might not be able to be consistent for long periods of time. Equally, you can't just go into the gym and do everything that you enjoy, because if you do that, you might not actually be making enough progress. You might be building up loads of fatigue, you might risk injury, all those different things. Find that balance, and then where you go on that balance, it kind of depends on your goals. If you're a bodybuilder that wants to win shows, you might have to go a bit more to the optimal side. If you're just someone that likes to train and likes to make some decent progress, go way more to the enjoyable side.
Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Come on, 2. Okay, come on, let's go.
So I rushed into that set, but yeah, we're doing a low incline, well, it's not a low incline, it's a mid incline cuff fly. But the reason that people mess up their shoulders a lot doing a pec fly is poor alignment. So when you use the cuffs, you want the cuffs, the cables, to be completely in line with the plane that I want to move in through the movement. So what I mean by that is, like, if I'm going across like this, okay, this is the line it's working in, but then the cable's here, I'm now going like up here, but then I'm going up, and I'm trying to, I'm basically fighting the position it's in. So then when I'm stretched out, it's just pulling my shoulder out of position. So what I would suggest is look at where the cables are, line that with your nipple line, and then that's where you want to go. So then it's just literally just a fly like this, straight across. And because what we're trying to do is literally just bring the arm towards the midline like this. So we don't want to be going like, you know, That's what really messes up your shoulder. Alignment's so important. Oh, fuck. So on the lateral raises and the flies, what I'm doing is the first set I'm doing a high rep set. I just feel like on isolation work, I get a much better connection doing it that way round. You know, get a lot of blood into the muscle, and then you do a heavier set. So yeah, it's something you can consider if you struggle to get a connection, do that. Also, because it's so cold right now, obviously I'm warm now, but like I feel like it just get a bit more of a connection doing it that way round than just going into like a heavy set first when you're not warm enough. So yeah, 2 sets on this. First set, 12 to 15 around that, and then the second set I'll go heavier. So now we're getting to the actual part of the video. How to build massive triceps. So if you want to build really big triceps, I would say there's 3 things you need to get strong at. 3 different areas you want to be strong in. Firstly, pressing with your upper arms close to the body. So if you get really strong at pressing like this, you're using a lot more tricep. You know, it's just like making sure you're not leaving any stone unturned, sort of thing. Like, make sure you get strong at that, because if you're strong at that, it's going to show in your triceps, you know. So this neutral press is bringing my upper arm close to my body, and I'm working in this plane. Okay, I'm not thinking about conversion. The function of the tricep doesn't need conversion. It's straight. So what this is working is mainly the long head of the tricep, because it's putting me into a very stretched position where my torso is behind my body here. So this is going to work mostly long head, but it will work a lot of short head as well. Like this is like a tricep compound basically. So when you think about tricep training, you've got a compound press, like a dip, a close grip press, something like this, and then you've got your isolation work that will actually work more precisely a certain area of your tricep. Do all of it basically.
Let's go.
So I was happy with that. I just wanted to full 750s basically. But I think getting strong at that is going to have a nice cross transfer to my flat Smith press, because it's making me better at keeping my upper arm really tucked in. It felt like a lot of tricep. The first set's always going to be tough. Like the first time you do a movement like this, I've literally never done this before. I've done flat dumbbells and I've got strong in them like this, but doing it like this is very different. So it will progress a lot, but I've got to just be patient, because obviously that first set was going to be pretty shaky and unstable, as it will feel if you're not used to it. But for a first time ever doing that, it felt really good. So I'm excited to run that up. And I think getting really strong, like this, is just going to grow more tricep basically. And it's actually something I'm already pretty strong at, like pressing close grip. I'm pretty good at it, so I think that's why my triceps are quite well developed. And it just shows, like, if you are wanting to bring your triceps up, you've got to get strong, pressing with your arms close to your body. Either at like a close grip bench movement or a dip or something. You need to do it. Otherwise, if you avoid stuff like that, you're not going to get that thickness you want. Second tricep exercise is going to be now trying to get strong at kind of pressing down with our elbow kind of below us. So what this is going to buy us is the short head of the tricep. So we're keeping it tucked in and we're kind of bringing it out across to really like work this area, so the short head. So yeah, you need it, like this is the second thing you need to get strong at, pressing down like this. So yeah, just basically pressing with your elbows kind of in front of you a bit and below, just to work the short head. So we do this before the next movement, because whenever we're biasing the short range, trying to get the muscle as short as possible, it relies on us doing it earlier when it's fresher, otherwise you'll just struggle more. Oh. Ooh. Oh. Last two sets of the day is now basically, so I said the first two things you need to do for triceps. The third and last thing you need to get strong at is training when your upper arm is above your head pretty much. So you're in like an extra stretched out position. So a few movements that you could do instead of this: dumbbell skull crushers, overhead dumbbell extension, cuffed overhead extension, overhead rope extension, like easy bar skull crushers, easy bar cable like extension over your head. Just anything like that will hit the whole of your long head really, really well. And the long head is so important, guys, because just look, like you can see, like this is the short head, that's the long head. Like think about how much space that creates. So if you want to get big arms, you need to get very strong at, stuff like this. So this is the last last two sets, sorry, because we're doing this at the end as well, because it's like a lengthened bias movement as well. So we're just stretching out as much as possible. And you could even add some partials after this. So once you fail, just do loads of partials. Just really create as much tension in that long head. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh, fuck. Oh, done. So that's a wrap for today's push video, and hopefully you took some nice, useful tips there with tricep training. Just showing you a bit of training as I get into the growing phase. It's a little bit more exciting. Yeah, a few new movements in as well, and just showing you what I'm doing. Like, I think the more training videos I put out, obviously it might seem a bit repetitive sometimes, but I feel like it just teaches people more and more about how repetition is the most important thing in bodybuilding. So at the end of the day, I'm always going to show you these training clips, these training sessions, because it just hits home further and further, like how you turn up with the same movements, you get stronger, and you just keep doing it. And yeah, we're just going to keep that coming. Like, obviously, we're going to keep the content versatile. Maybe another full day of eating will come out soon, and some vlogs and all that stuff. Like I said, uploads are going to come up to twice per week as well, and I'm going to do some more vlogs myself as well, just to keep the YouTube growing. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Appreciate all the support, and yeah, I just really appreciate all you guys kind of turning up every week to these videos right now. This YouTube's not even been going for 2 years yet, so it's crazy to think how well received it's been. And yeah, I'm just excited for the future. We just continue to show you my journey to the pro debut, and now we're back into the growing phase. Let's do it. So yeah, like and subscribe, all that stuff, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.